It's one that I don't even really see a whole lot of. I actually don't even see any YouTubers talking about this. Hey everyone, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. And for those of you who are new here, my name is Jacob Williams. I am a professional full-time music producer and composer. Today we're going to address 5, with a little bit of a bonus one, 5 biggest mistakes I see a lot of beginner producers make. This is a combination of things that I've seen people in my field do, or mistakes or misconceptions that I've seen people sort of adopt, or just habits that I think if left unchecked can kind of hinder your progress as a producer, whether you're looking to get better, whether you're looking to make this a job, whether you're just doing it as a hobby but you just want to improve your skills in any sort of facet of it. These are just 5 out of millions of lessons that I've learned over the years of doing this full time for about like 6-7 years, but overall producing and composing for I'd say over a decade. It's been about like 12, 13, 14 years since I started. This is all just my opinion. This is all just stuff that I've observed and I've learned either just from my own mistakes or from things I've seen other people do. So again, take this as a full disclaimer that this is just from my life experience and my career experience doing this as a job, and also being a hobbyist at heart and just loving what I do. We're going to start very simple at number 1, which is failing to produce more. Just work on more stuff. Let's say you pick up any new hobby. Like let's say you pick up art tomorrow and you start buying oil paints and you start drawing and you start creating stuff on little canvases and you start making art pieces. Well, your first couple are not going to be that great. The same goes with music. The first couple of beats you make are probably going to sound dissonant. They're probably not going to sound like beats at all. They're probably just going to sound like a pile of what sounds like music, but nothing quite organized, 100% thought out, or it's not like, it's, put it this way, it's not going to be like music that you listen to on Spotify or the radio. It's going to sound just a little not like that. And the way to kind of get better is the more you do it, the more you pick up internal muscle memories, you pick up stuff in your brain, like you start thinking of music differently. And that really just boils down to doing it more. Like it sounds generic, it sounds cliche, it sounds cheesy, but just the more you do something, the better. I am someone who did this as a hobby for what felt like forever, but it was really just 5 or 6 years before I went to college. And then I went to college, and after that, like shortly after I graduated from college, I started freelancing. Honestly, I learned probably 5 or 6 times more fundamentals and lessons and ways to do things different from just doing stuff, from just starting. And the other day, actually, I was looking through my work portfolio because I was just putting together a bunch of stuff for my website, and I was like, wow, this stuff that I worked on in like 2021, 2022, in my opinion, isn't that good. And at least compared to the stuff that I did recently in 2024, 2025. And that's because of the experience that I've built from then until now. So I think it goes without saying that just the more you do something, the better. And that rule does apply, in my personal opinion, to music production or beat making or whatever facet of music making that you do. The next, and kind of one of my favorite things I like to phrase or throw around, it's a piece of advice that was taught to me at a very young age, and I didn't really understand it from whoever told me it. But as I've gotten older and as I've worked on music more, it's made a lot of sense. Mixing and mastering is not mysterious judo. It's not like a crazy rocket science. It looks like it on paper, but it's not. There's a long spoken rule when it comes to mixing. If it sounds good, it sounds good. And I know that sounds weird, but like if you listen back and your song doesn't sound good to you, or it sounds like it could be better, just go do something about it. Like you can go on YouTube and watch like tons of tutorials. Sometimes that helps people, but sometimes you'll find yourself going, oh, I didn't set my compressor to minus 36 and I didn't set my ratio to 3:4. And you just find yourself in this mess of like getting super frustrated and running away from the problems that keep piling up. You will not improve your mixes this way. I highly recommend just keep trying different things, because sometimes you'll find that maybe something you discover won't be like a textbook way to fix your mix or to improve your production, but what you will find is it works for you personally, or you'll even find something that people aren't even talking about, that people on YouTube, people on social media aren't even talking about, and it might end up being something that might improve your mixes. Like I know for me, for example, something I discovered recently, so I found that my masters For some genres of songs, this won't really apply for like a lot of more like pop centric music, but for some things that I was working on for my personal music project, I was finding that my masters just weren't sounding as glued together as I wanted them to be, because I had like some new sounds I was experimenting in the mix with them, and some of them were like louder than the rest of the mix because I was going for more of an experimental pop industrial type of thing. It's hard to explain, but essentially what I discovered was throwing a bit crusher on my master channel right before the limiter, setting the mix knob to a certain amount and the drive to a certain amount, just gave it this additional layer of glue that I had been searching for the entire like 5 months I was working on these songs. So again, that's not something I found from looking it up. It was just something I discovered from plug and play, just trying different things, and eventually I stumbled across something that worked for me personally. Maybe we can talk about that in another video or in a future video, but essentially just, it's not a mysterious rocket science. To some people it is, but in reality it's not. The only reason why we even came up with the science to begin with is because a bunch of people were making music one day and discovered that this stuff sounds good. So discover what sounds good to you, and eventually your mixes will show whatever you're doing will sound good. Number 3 is not staying organized and not backing stuff up. You might not think that weird beat 10.final not mastered yet trap bass .mp3 needs to be backed up, but you'd be surprised. I personally make a habit to back up everything, whether it's a song of a personal project of mine. I back up every single thing that I make for a client in organized folders by month, by date. Every single music project that I partake in, whether it's an unreleased collab project with another producer, whether it's stupid side project ideas that I have that never fully come to fruition. Literally everything I do, I have in a folder on my computer, and then if it's not, and then I'll just put it on an external hard drive in a dated folder, organized by whatever that project was and what its purpose was, just so I could find it later, because you'd be surprised. Sometimes you might be working on something way later and you'll be like, that melody idea that I had 4 years ago, I can pull that out and apply that to what I'm working on right now. And the list goes on. But also, you don't want to lose something that you spent hours and hours and hours on. It is enough pain to almost make you quit if you lose so much progress to not backing up your work. So back up everything, even back up samples and serum presets and you name it. The list goes on. Just back up literally everything that you're working on right now, last week, in the future. Just have some sort of system in place with your folders and how you organize stuff on your computer, because it is detrimental to keep all of that stuff archived. You never know when you're going to need it. And it's fun to look back and see like, wow, this trap beat I made from like 6 years ago, maybe I might want to touch that up. Maybe I'm inspired to take a different crack at it now that I've improved. So many benefits to just staying organized. Maybe we'll talk more about that in a future video. Number 4, and this is a big one. It's a little philosophical, but I stand by it 100% because I've even been a victim of this, and I think that getting through it is very hard, especially in today's current challenges. I guess what I would be trying to chalk this up to being, don't get angry or upset with change. View it as a challenge. View it as an obstacle waiting to be overcome. Whenever something has happened in the music industry, whether it's vocoders, whether it's auto-tune, whether it's corrupt record labels, everybody has a laptop and all of a sudden can make their own music and doesn't need a band anymore, oversaturation of the music industry, or whether it's the current threat that a lot of people are facing right now, which is AI. You gotta honestly just look at it for what it is. Don't get upset. Don't let your emotions just completely take you over when it comes to certain things like this, and just push through it. Find a way to sort of challenge the status quo. Gotta find a way to stay inspired and to keep going, because that's what humans have done for thousands and thousands of years in every form of trade or art or accepted thing. Is you gotta find a way to overcome it, and don't let your emotions try to sway you, giving up on something you really love, which is making music. Number 5 is another philosophical one, but I stand by 100%, especially now that I've had some experience kind of going through the trials and tribulations of this. But don't lose your voice. I don't mean literally your voice, like when you talk too much or if you blow it out from singing or improper use of your voice. I mean your voice as a producer and as a music creator. This is a very important concept. It's one that I don't even really see a whole lot of. I actually don't even see any YouTubers talking about this, but I think that everybody has a special place in every art form. I think everybody has a special thing to give to art, and I think that trusting that voice deep down, even if it's weird and if it's not something that will commercially sell or if it's not something that will stand the test of time, I do think that everybody has a place where they belong, so to speak. So I think following whatever your gut is telling you to do right now in this moment is very, very important. Even if, let's say, you make R&B tracks and that you're just so passionate about making R&B, but you have a special way that you like to groove your bass lines, or you have a special way to you that you like to process guitars or keyboards that you haven't really heard a lot of people do. Just do it. Why not? Like the only thing stopping yourself is you. I would say that's one of the biggest mistakes, if not the biggest mistake in this whole entire list, is you stopping yourself from being unique. Now, this video title is going to say 5 things, but there is one last thing that I wanted to include into this mix while I was writing the sort of outline for this video, and that's sometimes the fun in making music just isn't there. Like, sometimes you need to go take a break, go walk your dog, go spend time with your family, go play a video game, go do something outside of the ordinary to inspire yourself. I don't know, if you've been cooped out in the house too much, maybe go do something you've always wanted to do and come back and you'll all of a sudden just have tons of inspiration. Maybe go to a place you haven't been to yet, go hiking, go take a walk, go even something simple like sitting outside for like 10 minutes. Honestly, anything to just break you out of the cycle of constantly fixing X, Y, or Z with your track, or trying synth patches and nothing sticking. Honestly, even just taking a walk around your house will do you many favors, or just even walking around your room not doing anything. Certain things to kind of break the mental loop of trying again and trying again and trying again when you're frustrated is sometimes a sign that the fun just isn't there and you just need to do something to break it. But those would be my personal, at least right now, 5 things I want to touch on that are mistakes or things that I think should be avoided to help any music creator out there. And I want to know what you guys have to say. Is there anything that has helped you, or any sort of big lesson that you've learned while you've been working on tracks over the years that can maybe help someone else's process? Please let me know in the comments. And thank you guys so much for watching this video, and have a great rest of your day.